Hi yoga friends, I'm Sarah Mapes. Welcome to my YouTube channel. With everyone continuing to stay at home, this flow has been designed for older kids to early teens and adults too. There's one tricky posture that I'm going to show before we get started. It's eagle. So standing on one leg, you take a leg and cross over. An eagle might stop here, or you might take the double crossing. Same kind of deal with your hands. You'll cross your arms and then you might do one crossing, you might do two. Let's get started. Come to the top of your mat. Ground down firmly with your feet. Rock back and forward to your toes, to your heels. Inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. Take hold of your right wrist, pulling it over towards the left side. Feeling a nice stretch in your right side body. And then coming back through to center, taking hold of your left wrist, gently pulling it over towards your right, feeling a nice stretch in your left side body. And then returning to center, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lift your chest and cactus your arms. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, lift your chest and take your arms back behind you. Beautiful, let's do that one more time. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lift your chest. Cactus your arms. Exhale, round your spine. Pretend that you're holding a big beach ball. Inhale, lift your chest. Take your arms back behind you. Beautiful. It's like a little standing cat-cow. Bring your hands to heart center. Ground down firmly with your left foot. Fold forward and take your right leg back behind you, coming into Warrior Three. Take some even inhales and exhales. And then bend your standing leg, and with control, step your right foot back. So your heel is going to line up with the middle of your back foot, lifting your arms, coming to find Warrior Two. And then come through center and bend your right foot. Now our hips are both facing the front. Your back foot might be at about a 45-degree angle and your knee is stacked over your ankle. Lift your arms up towards the sky in Warrior One. Bring both hands down to the mat and lift your back leg up to a standing split. And then with control, bring your foot back to either a high lunge where your heel is lifted or back to Warrior One. Either way is great. From here, look forward, find a spot to gaze at that will help you to balance your drishti. And then lift yourself up, coming to find tree pose. You can leave your hands here at heart center or lift them up to the sky. Your pick. And then from here, take your left leg across your right and maybe hook your foot behind your leg again. Take your arms out to the side and bring your right arm over your left, crossing your arms, lifting up, finding eagle. Maybe bend your knees a little bit more and sink down in. And then uncrossing your legs, bring both feet together, uncross your arms, lift your arms up towards the sky, coming to find upward chair pose. And then as you lift up to standing, come up onto your toes, bringing your hands to heart center, looking forward, finding a spot that's not moving that will help you to balance. Lower down onto your heels. Bring your left leg back, folding forward, coming to find warrior three. See if you can get all of your toes that are in the air to be facing down towards the earth, even though they're up in the air. And then bend your standing leg, step back, coming to find warrior two. Look out over your right fingertips. And then shifting through center, turn around to face the front of your mat, lifting your arms, coming to find our warrior one pose. Again, both hips are facing the front and your knee is stacked over your ankle. Bring your hands down to the mat, lift your right leg up to the sky, coming to find a standing split. And then take your leg back, finding either a high lunge or warrior one, and lift your arms up towards the sky. All right, look forward, find a spot to gaze at, and make that shift, lifting yourself up into tree pose. It's kind of fun to find your balance, isn't it? I always think it's fun. And now take your right leg across your left, maybe taking that second hook. Arms come out to the sides. Take your left arm over your right, crossing your arms, lifting yourself up into eagle. Maybe bending down just a little bit more, sinking into your legs. And then coming out of our twisted arms and legs, bring your feet together, knees are bent, lift your arms up towards the sky in upward chair pose. Lift up to standing and come to stand on your toes, bringing your hands to heart center for our candle flame. Lower your heels. We're going to add on to that sequence of postures. Take your right leg back, folding forward, finding warrior three. Bend your standing leg. Bring your right leg back, finding warrior two. Shifting through center, turning towards the back of your mat, lifting your arms up for warrior one. Bring your hands down to the mat. Lift your left leg up towards the sky in a standing split. Now bring your left knee behind your right, coming in and sit down. So now your right leg is crossed over your left. Take hold of your right knee, sit up nice and tall, bring your right hand behind you, and twist around towards the right. Take a little counter twist. Place your hands down on the mat and lift yourself back up to a standing split. Bring your leg back to either warrior one or a high lunge and lift your arms up towards the sky. Step up for tree pose. If you want to make this really challenging, you can try closing your eyes in tree pose. Things get really hard quickly. And then take your arms out to the sides. Left knee comes across your right. Maybe it takes the double wrap. Take your right arm and cross it over your left. Maybe you take the double crossing. Lift your arms and fold forward. So now your spine is rounded. Lifting up, come out of the twist, bring both feet together, take your arms up towards the sky in upward chair. Lifting up onto your toes, bringing your hands to heart center for candle flame. Lowering down, take your left leg back, folding forward for warrior three. Stepping back to warrior two. Coming through center, lifting your arms up for warrior one. Place your hands down on the mat, lifting your right leg up for a standing split. And then bring your right knee behind your left and come in and sit down. So now your left leg is crossed over your right. Take hold of your left elbow with your left knee with your right elbow. Left hand comes behind and twist around towards the left. As you inhale, think about getting taller. And as you exhale, think about twisting a little bit further. Take a little counter twist. Place both hands on the mat. Lift yourself back up to a standing split. Right leg comes back to either a high lunge or warrior one. Lift your arms. Look forward, find your spot to gaze at. Bring your right leg into a tree pose. Again, if you want that extra challenge, you can close your eyes here. Bring your arms out to the sides. Take your right leg and cross it over your left, maybe taking the double crossing. Take your left arm over your right and cross your arms, folding forward. Coming out of the twist, bring both feet together. Lift your arms up towards the sky. Come up onto your toes, bringing your hands to heart center for candle flame. Lowering your heels. Okay, we're gonna add on to that one more time. Take your right leg back, folding forward for warrior three. Bend your standing leg, step back to warrior two. Lift your arms, taking your gaze out over your left fingertips. Now turn your left palm up. And we're gonna reverse our warriors. So take your right arm down towards your leg, or you could bring it around your back. Reach for your thigh, and your left arm comes up and over. Front leg stays bent. And then bring your left arm down to your left thigh. Right arm reaches across as far as it can go, an extended side angle. Take your gaze to look up at your right fingertips. Straighten your left leg, bringing your hand down to your shin or your ankle or your foot. Right arm comes up towards the sky. Take your gaze towards your right fingertips for side triangle pose. And then bend your left knee, lifting back up into warrior two. Come through the center, face the back of your mat, lifting your arms up towards the sky. Bring both hands down to the mat and take your left leg up towards the sky for a standing split. Bring your left knee behind your right. Come in to sit down. Twist around towards the right. And as you come out of the twist, lift both legs up in front of you, finding boat pose. Bring your hands, your little fishies together at heart center, and take them to one side and then the other. Our fish are going swimming. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, come forward, coming back to our standing split. Step your left foot back, lifting up to either a high lunge or warrior one. Look forward, finding your spot to gaze at, and come into tree pose. Take your left leg across your right, maybe taking the second hook around your leg. Arms come out to the side, right arm comes over the top of your left. Lifting your arms up, sinking down in. Coming out of the twist, bringing both feet together. Take your arms towards the sky. Lift up onto your toes, bringing your hands to heart center for candle flame. Lowering down. Take your left leg back, folding forward. Stepping back with control, lifting your arms, finding warrior two. Turn your right palm up, reaching your arm up and over for our reverse warrior. Again, your left arm can be down your leg, or you could reach it around behind your back. Totally up to you. Coming back to find extended side angle. Straighten your right leg out, bringing your hand to your leg or your ankle or your foot. The left arm comes up towards the sky. Take your gaze up towards your left fingertips. Bend your knee, finding warrior two, turning through the center for warrior one at the front of your mat. Place your hands down on the mat, lifting your right leg up for a standing split. Bring your right knee behind your left, twisting towards the left. And then lifting your legs up for boat pose. Bringing your hands together at heart center. Let's take our fishies for a swim. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, shifting forward, coming back to our standing split. Bring your left leg back. Lifting up for either warrior one or a high lunge. Find your spot to gaze at in front of you, then shift yourself forward for tree pose. Take your left leg and cross it over your right, maybe taking the double hook. Right arm comes over your left. Lifting your arms and bending your knees, sinking down further for eagle. Coming out of the crossing, bringing both feet together. Lift your arms towards the sky. Rise up onto your toes, bringing your hands to heart center. And lower down. Awesome. All right, take your feet about hip width apart. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Take the first two fingers of each hand and wrap them around your big toe in yoga toe lock. We're gonna use this yoga toe lock in a few minutes. And fold down toward the mat. Letting go of your toes, place both hands down on the mat. Bring your knees down to the mat. Place your left leg underneath so that your left foot is to the right of your bottom, and take your right leg and cross it over the top. I'm gonna turn so you can see what this looks like from the front. My knees are stacked on top of each other, and I've got feet on both sides, and then I can kind of rock my bottom from side to side, making sure that I'm comfortable. If this isn't comfortable, take the leg that's underneath and straighten it out. The next thing that we're going to do, I'm going to show from the back. So we've still got our stacked legs. Take your right arm up behind you and your left arm, and then see if you can bring your hands together. This gives our shoulders a really nice stretch. If you can't get your fingers to touch, you could use your shirt and walk yourself closer together. Or you could use a yoga strap or one of Dad's neckties. And then release that stretch and find the opposite crossing with your legs. So this time your right knee is underneath, and bring your left leg over the top. Shifting yourself around, finding where it's comfortable. Left arm comes up, right arm goes down underneath. Bring your fingers together. Sitting up nice and tall. Feeling the stretch in our legs and in our shoulders. Okay, lay down on your back. The next pose I think is always fun. So laying down on our backs, take your legs and roll them up over so that your toes are touching the floor or your mat behind you. Don't look around, just take your gaze straight up towards the ceiling. And then bring the first two fingers of each hand around your big toe in yoga toe lock, and take your legs a little bit wide. We're gonna roll up and see if we can find our balance, holding our legs up in the air. All right, are you ready? Here we go. Rolling up, catching our legs. Awesome. Have a couple goes. I'll roll back to plow. We'll do it again. Rolling up. Take your legs wide and fold forward. Maybe you come down onto your forearms. Maybe you bring the rest of you down to the mat or the floor. Wherever you are today is a good place to be. Bring both legs together. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Looking forward towards your toes. You may or may not touch your toes, and it doesn't really matter. But you want to keep looking at your toes, thinking about lengthening through your spine. And then lie down on your back and hug your knees into your chest, rocking back and forth across your spine. Take your legs out long in front of you. Bring your arms out to the sides, palms facing towards the ceiling. Close your eyes. Let everything in your body relax. You worked hard. It's time to relax. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take your arms out long overhead. Give me a nice big full body stretch. Roll over onto one side. And make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands together at heart center. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope that you had fun. I had fun doing this. If you like this practice, look for my other teen and tween with mom and dad video, and I will see you again on the mat soon. Thanks.